What's up guys, it's FalleN from MIBR. In today's video we're gonna talk about the worst thing in Counter-Strike, T-side on train, and most likely talking about default, which is hard. Yeah, but we have to talk about it guys, this is life. And so let's check it out, let's go in game. So let's go to the default guys. Let's send 3 players or 2 players Ivy, and the way I'm gonna show you how to take control here is gonna involve one molly at the beginning of the round. You're gonna come fast and you're gonna throw a molly onto that wall that's gonna bounce and bring it back here. And we are throwing this molly just to make sure that any kind of CT aggression here, any kind of CT plays is gonna be blocked out. And second reason is, at least on the CSGO pro scene, some teams developed a way of contesting Ivy by throwing an early molly here, a CT, and they used that molly to kind of check if players are playing here and then smoking you out. So you don't want to be facing all those problems. So that's why you're throwing this initial molly here to kind of try to stop those things. After you have done that, you're gonna use a flash that I saw this first flash being used by Major from Space Soldiers, and basically you're gonna see that you have those 2 pallets here. You're gonna touch yourself in the first one and then you're gonna aim at this very corner, and that flash is a very powerful flash that's gonna blind everyone who is aiming at the entrance, including Alpers who's holding those angles there. So we're gonna use that flash to make the cross or to really open up here and check quickly if they're behind the mollies and stuff like that. So how we're gonna do it? First player comes Ivy. Hey, I'm mollying, get ready to flash for me. Hey, flash for me. Boom, flash goes out, you're picking behind the molly. You can even use the trash to go up on it and take a look at that. So that's the initial Ivy take that you're gonna do. That's gonna allow you to do a little bit more later. If you don't wanna do it that fast, you can also change the pace and just go a little bit slower, and make sure when you go with 2 players, one is always anti, always protecting himself from flashes that the CTs can throw, and you can take your time here to do some picks as well. You can throw flashes like that for the Alper to go and pick the CT Alper, and you need to make sure you fight that place here well, because a lot of confrontation happen on this area. Once this area is taken, I'm gonna show you 2 ways of applying pressure Ivy now. One of these ways, I like to call it the dosia smoke. And basically what the dosia smoke is, it's gonna smoke the full entrance in a way where the CT doesn't know exactly how deep in Ivy you are. And I like to call it that way because dosia uses that a lot, and the way he does that smoke is by putting himself on that position, kind of lining this part of with the server here, and then he's gonna throw the smoke here at the very top. Imagine this is a portion and this is at the middle at the top. So this smoke is gonna land exactly on the mid, and kind of gives you access to come close here and creep out on this corner, which is gonna, on a default, kind of give you a chance to kill a player later. The other way to apply pressure Ivy, I don't have really a name for that, and that's the most common way to apply pressure. You're gonna put yourself here at this very left corner, and then you're gonna put your crosshair on this arrow, and then you're gonna move forward and throw a smoke that's gonna land on the left side of Ivy. So this smoke is blocking the left side, it's a perfect smoke, and then you're gonna sum up with a molly on the right side. Remember, you don't have to show up to do the molly, and remember to jiggle a little bit because the Alper might be taking some damage to try to hit you, and then you can start cleaning and using the molly time to get a little bit closer, or anticipate a reaction from your opponents and just wait on server, or with an Alp just holding for the repicks. And this is gonna force some of the utility usage from your opponents. They're gonna have to smoke you out and stuff like that, and that's what you wanna achieve on defaults. So this is what 2 or 3 players should be doing, and meanwhile on the other part of the map, you have maybe a spare guy holding mid if it's not Ivy, or maybe a spare guy holding ladder if it's not Ivy, but you have 2 players taking banana control here. And one easy way to do that control is, first player, as soon as he left the spawn, he jumps in and throw a molly upper and hides. As soon as he's hiding, why does you hide here? And that's a very pro thing, because there's a lot of plays that the CTs can do, which is gonna involve coming fast with a flash and showing up. So what you are trying to do here by throwing the molly and hiding is trying to hide from that flash that can come. Sometimes you're gonna be too late and you're gonna get blind anyway if they're doing that play, but it kind of helps you. And after you throw that molly, your teammate's gonna flash for you here for banana. And the way I like to do that flash, I like to count 1, 2, 3. I put myself here, and it's gonna be at the very top right part of that sign. And that flash is gonna be a perfect flash blinding everyone who is pushing or everyone who has a side of view here on banana, including helpers on this gap. So you have to learn this flash and you have to use it for banana control here. Sometimes you can throw a flash and then, hey, flash for me now. Flash comes in, you open up. You can have 1 or 2 players coming for the fights, but necessarily you need one guy there doing that flash. Hey FalleN, no one is gonna flash that for us. We have 3 players Ivy, only 2 taking banana control, and we don't wanna be only one guy fighting, one flash. We wanna go for 2 guys fighting. Can I do that? Yes, you can, but then you need to like double pick from here, like one from the bottom, one from the top, and go for those things. And remember, there's a lot of CT setups you're gonna learn here in the videos later that can fight those things. So it's important to put as much as power on the banana take on this area as you think is going to be necessary, because there are a lot of setups the CTs can run that can screw you over with that kind of banana take. And on train, as I said, you are running a default, it's easier to get killed than killing people, so you need to have that in mind. Once you establish banana control and once you establish Ivy control, you need to come up with something, you need to come up with a strategy, you need to have a plan. And the good part about train defaults is that not necessarily you need to use the smokes for taking anything. Like, there are teams who maybe will throw a smoke upper to get control. I don't like it much, but there are teams who throw that. You might throw 1 or 2 smokes on Ivy, but most of the times you still have 2 or 3 smokes to work with. And that's when you can come up with a B execution or you can come up with a A execution. And that's for us to learn in the next videos. So that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a little bit of things. And the key point on default on train, remember, you have to pay attention to the banana control on B to make sure you get this corridor done, and you have to make sure you apply pressure on Ivy. If you don't do both of those things, your default is being useless. So I hope you guys like it, and let's watch more later.